What is shiny object syndrome and why is it normal behavior? If you've gone through my procrastination stuff, it's similar to that, but I just want to explain to you further in why you're probably doing it right now and why it's actually normal, but it's actually going to get worse and worse and worse, and it has been getting worse. So what shiny object syndrome is, I'll give you an example. Let's just say I start a Shopify store and I'm selling dog collars, yeah, and little cute dog jackets. Let's just say 1 month later, I'm not making any money. Instead of focusing on that store to make money, I then see someone making money with LinkedIn. I'm like, oh, that looks good. So then I start learning about LinkedIn. 2 months later, I try these strategies, it doesn't work. So then I get frustrated because there's a bit of pain there. But then I see someone that is making money with email marketing. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. So then I do that. 3 months later, that doesn't work. Or I might get one little client. But then I see someone else and they're a business coach. They're making millions of dollars. I'm like, oh, that's what I should be doing. And it's just a cycle. It just never ends. And it's actually getting worse and worse and worse. And this is the reason why I'm doing this video. This is what I want you to realize. And I'll give you some examples. Dating. So let's just say 30 years ago, there's no such thing as mobile phones. Not everyone had mobile phones. There's no such thing as, the Apple store or Chrome store or whatever. Tinder, what's the other one? Hinge and Bumble, whatever. There was no dating apps back then. You were forced to leave your house and meet someone. Yeah, you had to get dressed up. You go to a cafe, a bar, a bookstore, but you were forced to use your time, your energy to go out and meet someone. Now, you probably got rejected the first time, rejected the second time, maybe 3, 4, 5 times until you met someone. So there was a bit of pain, before you got pleasure. Whereas now, what do we do? 2022, what do we do? Do we need to go out? Do we need to go through pain for a few months? No, we literally download an app on our phone. Yep, no, no. We get things instantly. Now, if someone's attracted to us, they swipe yes, bang, it's an instant match. So I no longer have to get dressed up and go out to a bar for 3, 4 weeks and use my time and my energy to get rejected over and over again. I can just stay on my couch or even in bed, swipe random people. I no longer have to try. There's no pain involved. So everything's instant. Same thing with Uber. Think hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. There was no Uber back then. So right now, if I'm hungry, I can go to the supermarket and I can get food within 5 minutes. I can go on my phone, get some Uber Eats, and food is delivered. I no longer have to do anything. Everything's instant. Hundreds of years ago, you had to kill your own food. You had to grow your own food. You had to wait months and months and months for trees to come up and grow and pick flowers, pick apples off the tree, and you were forced to grow your own food and kill animals, which was quite dangerous. Same thing, like let's just say 2022, I want to speak to someone in Switzerland. What could I do? I could literally Facebook Switzerland, and I have all these different people, men and women, come up. I could literally speak to anyone I wanted to. I could write them a message and go, hi, I'm from Melbourne, Australia, blah, 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 blah. But I could literally get on a phone call with anyone in an instant, Whereas what happened hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago, before cars, before planes, if you wanted to travel and meet someone who was overseas or view the world or travel and see different places, you had to go on a boat, through rough seas, risk your own life. Sometimes you went in the water and you died, so it was very dangerous. This was like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. But you had to go through pain. It was quite a painful experience to meet someone overseas because you had to actually go overseas and meet someone. Whereas now, you no longer have to do that. Everything's instant. Food's instant. Dating's instant. Talking on the phone's instant. Email. You could, postcards, even 15 years ago. Postcards were a thing. Birthday cards were a thing. You could literally write happy birthday or send a postcard when you're overseas. what happens now? It's a quick email or a phone call or whatever. Yeah. So times have changed. We're used to instant. So this is why a lot of people don't become successful when it comes to building a business online, because they expect everything to be instant. They start a coaching business within 2 weeks. They're not making any money. Oh, this is bullshit. Shiny object syndrome. Let's try this. They try this new thing for a week. Oh, this isn't working. Oh, this is bullshit. Try something else. And it's just a cycle because we're used to instant. You're hungry, Uber Eats. You want to go on a date with someone, go on Tinder or Bumble or Hinge or Grindr, whatever it is that you use. If you want to email someone, yeah, you don't have to send a postcard and wait 3 weeks. You can send them an email, you can text them, everything's instant. So when things don't happen quickly, this is exactly why people are lazy now and they don't exercise. We've conditioned our brain to believe that, well, not that it's believing because it's actually happening, but because everything's instant now, and we, like McDonald's drive-through, if you wait over 2-3 minutes, sorry guys. So I'm pretty sure McDonald's had a thing where if you had to wait over 60 seconds and they didn't get your Big Mac ready, this was years ago, then you had it free. So everything's instant, but it's actually worse now. It's worse. We've got Uber, taxis, we don't have to wait, we don't have to walk, 100 kilometers or miles to the next town. We can drive our car. So over time, everything is instant. So same thing, what I was getting at with the gym. You go to the gym. What usually happens is you work out every single day for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 years, and then you start to look amazing. But what happens now? You exercise for 2 weeks, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm not putting myself through this much pain because it's painful, yeah? And you're not seeing results straight away. We've conditioned our minds to want things instantly. And when we don't get things instantly, your brain sends stress signals, yeah? This is why we procrastinate and have shiny object syndrome, hence why I'm doing this video. So I just want you to realize that it's actually normal, but it's actually what's stopping you from becoming successful. So what I want you to do is pick one thing, whether it's being a business coach, Shopify, email marketing, whether you sell plants online, whether like candles, it doesn't matter. Pick one thing and make it work. So let's just say you open up a Shopify store and you're selling dog products, yeah, for dogs. You got dog collars, you got dog jumpers, dog socks, whatever. Make it work. Spend the next 12 months learning everything you can to make your store work. Don't have that shiny object syndrome where, again, as a society, as a world, we've conditioned our minds to want everything instantly. Just like the gym, yeah, you have to stay consistent. You have to learn and stay consistent, and over time you will become successful. So if you're a business coach and you're not making money in the first 2 or 3 weeks, it's okay. Don't get shiny object syndrome. Don't start looking for other opportunities. Don't stop going, oh, this is actually too hard. I'm actually going to learn how to do LinkedIn ads. I'm actually going to learn how to do TikTok ads. Just get really good at one thing. And if you can get really good at one thing and become an expert at one thing, whether that takes you 3 months or 5 years, become really good at one thing. And I can almost guarantee 100% you will make money doing it. And if you're very good, you'll make a lot of money. If you're a good marketer, you know how to market yourself and build a business. But get good at one thing. Stop this shiny object syndrome nonsense. Now, again, it's actually normal behavior right now because we live in a world where everything's instant. All right, so put it this way. I actually thought about this probably 2-3 days ago. Remember in the early 1990s, and there was a time where you could download music, and it was like if you're old enough to actually, maybe some of you were like 17, 18, 19, I don't know. But in the 1990s, you could actually download music, and it was like the most amazing experience knowing that you could download any music you wanted off the internet for free. Download any music you wanted, any song that you wanted. But it's funny because back then, one song took about 1 hour to download because the internet was like running at like 56 KB per second or whatever it is. Whereas now it's like 80 megabyte a second. So you could literally download one album in 1 second versus back then it was like once. But my point is back then we were okay to wait. We could wait 1 hour to download one song that went for 3 minutes. Whereas now you click on a video on YouTube and it takes 3 or 4 seconds to load. What do? All right, let's just say this is a question for you. And I want you to realize this. Let's just say you're on Facebook and you press play on a video and 5 seconds later, it's still got that spinning wheel. What do? Honestly, what do? You leave, yeah? You don't wait for 5 hours and wait till it downloads. You press play, 5 seconds later, it's still doing that with the thing, and you're like, oh, then you go back, and then you, like literally 1 minute later, you've forgotten about this video, and you're pressing play with that. That is what shiny object. We live in a world where everything's instant. So if you're not successful with your business instantly, within 1 week, within 2 weeks, nothing's working. You do 3 posts on Facebook and you don't get any engagement or you don't get any clients. So then you do 2 posts on TikTok or 2 videos on TikTok and then this doesn't happen. So then you keep you're like this. And then 12 months later, you don't have a business. Nothing's working. So my advice to you right now, stick to one thing, please. Whether it's get really good with Facebook ads, become a Facebook ads expert. If you're a specialist on LinkedIn, become very good at LinkedIn. Just concentrate on LinkedIn. How can you be the best coach that you can possibly be in your niche? Yeah. Stop this shiny object syndrome. You know what it is now. It's your brain looking for a distraction. And because we've trained our brains to become instant, whether it's Uber Eats, dating, talking to someone overseas, going to the gym. We don't want to wait 12 months to get a six-pack. We want it now. So we work out for 3 days and we don't have a six-pack. So then we quit and eat junk food. We've conditioned our brain to think like that. So what I want you to do, again, I don't want to keep saying it over and over, but I'm hoping that you're now realizing what it is, yeah? So it's a brain conditioning that's happened over time. It's getting worse and worse and worse. We're going to become more instant in the next 2, 5, 10 years. It's actually going to get worse. So you need to understand that building a business takes time. Some people are successful overnight because they go viral on TikTok or they go viral on YouTube. And then there's other people that don't go viral and it takes them 6 months or 6 years. Just like Gary Vee, it took him about 10 years to do the wine library thing. I think he did like 1,000 episodes every single day. He just stayed consistent. Now imagine if Gary Vee quit after the first 100 episodes. He's like, no one's watching my videos and it's a scam. Bloody, let's try Snapchat. Yeah, but he's successful now because of that. So stay consistent. Realize what the shiny object syndrome is. It's your brain's way to try and distract you. Go from pain to pleasure. We live in a world where we get everything instant. So when we don't get stuff instantly, our brain releases chemicals, the stress hormone, and then we try to find ways to find pleasure. And to find pleasure is finding something else that will take that pain away. And taking that pain away is finding something else that will make us more money, get us better results, etc. But that never happens because it's a constant cycle. So I hope that made you realize what it is. Stick to one thing, get really good at it, and become an expert. And obviously, why wouldn't you want to become the best in the world at something? You never want to be good at just like okay at something, You're not going to make money if you're just okay at Facebook ads or you're just okay with TikTok video, blah, 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 blah. You have to be very, 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 very good at something. You have to become an expert. So one thing, do it good, keep learning, become an expert and make money. Hope that was helpful, and I'll look forward to seeing you in another video.